Good evening and welcome to Express News. I'm Amritpal Singh. This is a show on which we tell you the big stories of the day in a very quick format. Let's begin with the top news that we're tracking at this hour. Daily life remained unaffected across the country by the nationwide strike call of the farmer unions. Transport and trade associations decide to stay away from the nationwide strike. Delhi Metro also remains fully operational with train services on all corridors. The combined fleet of Delhi Transport Corporation and the cluster scheme buses are also running as usual. Best buses in Mumbai also plying without a hitch. Cab and auto services in Mumbai are normal. Union Minister Prakash Javadekar has assured that the government stands with the farmers and reiterated that APMC and MSP will remain in place. MP CM Shivraj Singh Chauhan said that the bill was introduced when Congress was in power and now they are taking a U-turn. He said that the Congress's manifesto mentioned the abolition of the APMC Act and the hypocrisy of the Congress is out for everyone to see. Reacting on the Bharat Bandh, Union Minister Smriti Irani said that opposition is using farmers' agitation for their political gain. The opposition tried to create confusion among farmers that the union government will end the APMC, but the government didn't even touch it. Prime Minister Narendra Modi delivered the inaugural address at the Virtual India Mobile Congress or the IMC 2020 today through video conference. The theme for IMC 2020 is inclusive innovation, smart, secure and sustainable. It aims to align the Prime Minister's vision to promote Atmanirbhar Bharat, digital inclusivity and sustainable development, entrepreneurship and innovation. Addressing the event, the Prime Minister said that it is because of mobile technology that we are able to provide benefits worth billions of dollars to millions of Indians. Prime Minister Modi said that the government aims to bring high-speed fiber optic connectivity in every village over the next 3 years. Prime Minister Modi said that we are a country where tariffs are the lowest in the world. We are one of the fastest growing mobile app market in the world. The Prime Minister said due to technological upgradation, we have a culture of replacing handsets and gadgets frequently. Can the industry form a task force to think of better ways of handling the electronic waste and create a circular economy? A central team is in Andhra Pradesh to investigate a mysterious disease that has begun spreading in the state's Iluru city, affecting over 350 people so far. All necessary measures are being taken to ascertain the reasons for illness among the children. The door-to-door survey is also being conducted and medical teams from Guntur and Krishna districts have been pressed into service. Prime Minister Narendra Modi greeted Invest India for winning the 2020 United Nations Investment Promotion Award given by the UNCTAD. He tweeted saying, and I quote him, "Congratulations to Invest India for winning the 2020 United Nations Investment Promotion Award given by UNCTAD. This is a testimony to our government's focus on making India the world's preferred investment destination and improving ease of doing business." Bangalore-based EV startup Paryavak Dynamics has revealed its first electric vehicle which looks futuristic and promises a range of 500 kilometers on a single charge. Electric vehicle can produce a top speed of 196 kilometers per hour and can sprint from 0 to 100 kilometers in just 5.4 seconds. General M.M. Narawane, the Chief of Army Staff, has proceeded on a visit to the United Arab Emirates and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia from 9th to 14th of December. During the visit, Narawane will be meeting his counterparts and senior military leadership of these countries. The visit is historic in the sense that it will be the first time the Indian Army Chief is visiting the UAE and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Two stranded girls from Poonch in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir were reunited with their families by the Indian Army. On detecting the movement of the girls on the Indian side of the LOC, Indian troops exercised great care and restraint to ensure their safety and security. Indian Army immediately established contact with the Pakistani side and decided to repatriate the two girls. They were repatriated at 11:30 hours on Monday via Chakkanda Bagh and reunited with their families. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that India will not worry about missing its budget deficit target as it seeks to step up spending to support the economy. BSE Sensex went up today by 181.54 points to close at a record high of 45,608.51. The Nifty also rose by 37.20 points and closed at 13,392.95. Gold price today dipped down by 112 rupees to reach 49,834 per 10 grams. Silver prices also went down by 592 rupees to reach 64,907 rupees per kilogram. The rupee soared by 30 paise against the US dollar to settle at 73.60. Crude oil prices opened low to reach at 3,358 rupees per barrel, down by 68 rupees. The top gainers today included the Canara Bank, with up by 19 points and ending at 136.8, and the Indian Bank, which rose by 15.44%. Indian tooling industry is estimated to grow up to 26,000 crore rupees in the value chain by 2025, according to a report by NRI Consulting and Tagma. Finnish telecom company Nokia will head a group of companies and universities to develop a new generation of mobile technology that's already being called 6G. The wireless project called Hexa-X will be funded by European Union. India has achieved a significant milestone in its fight against COVID. The new confirmed cases in the last 24 hours have fallen below 27,000 for the first time. Nearly 5 months after 5 months, the new cases were 26,506 last on the 10th of July. With a high number of COVID patients recovering every day and the sustained fall in the mortality rate, India's steady trend of registering dipping active cases continues. In another achievement, India's active caseload has fallen under the 4% mark today. The active cases have drastically declined to 3.83 lakh. The total positive cases of the country are 3,83,866 and comprise of 3.96% of the total cases. 39,045 new recoveries were registered during the last 24 hours. It has led to a net decline of 12,863 cases from total active caseload in the last 24 hours. The new recoveries outnumbering the daily new cases has also improved the recovery rate to 94.59% today. The total recovered cases stand at 91,78,946 today. 76.31% of the new recovered cases are contributed by 10 states and union territories. With 7,345 persons recovering from COVID, Maharashtra has recorded the maximum number of recoveries. 75.58% of the 385 case fatalities that were reported in the last 24 hours are from 10 states and union territories. 16.36% of new fatalities reported are from Delhi, which reported 63 deaths. West Bengal also saw a fatality count of 48, while Maharashtra reported 40 new deaths. According to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, 27 states and union territories have less than 15,000 active cases of COVID-19. The Health Ministry said today that preparatory activities for the rollout of the vaccine being carried out by the central government in collaboration with the states and union territories. As of now, more than 6 crore 80 lakh coronavirus cases have been reported worldwide, with over 15 lakh 52,000 deaths. Over 4 crore 71 lakh people have recovered from the virus so far. The United States continues to remain the worst hit country by the pandemic so far, with the highest number of infections and deaths. The US has recorded over 1 crore 53 lakh cases, with the death toll surging past 2 lakh 90,000. California tops the list in the United States COVID-19 tally. The state has more than 13 lakh 85,000 cases of infection, with over 20,000 deaths. 850 pre-kindergarten and elementary schools in New York City reopened on Monday after abrupt shutdown of all city schools more than 2 weeks ago due to a rise in the COVID-19 cases. In the United Kingdom, Margaret Keenan, a 90-year-old grandmother, has become the first person in the world to receive the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine outside of a trial following its rapid clinical approval. Keenan received the jab at her local hospital in Coventry, central England on Tuesday. French Health Ministry has said that the country is still far from reducing the number of its new COVID-19 cases per day to 5,000, and a risk of a strong rebound of the pandemic remains high. French health authorities on Monday reported over 3,411 new COVID infections over the past 24 hours, sharply down from 11,022 on Sunday, but the number of people hospitalized for the disease increased for the second day, the first time it has done so in 3 weeks. IAG airline Iberia completed its third passenger-to-freight conversion to tackle the drop in flights due to the coronavirus pandemic. The aircraft can transport a total of 18 tons of load. The first route of this renewed aircraft will be Caracas in Venezuela. Other routes for the cargo flights included so far are Los Angeles, Israel and China. Brazil's leader, Jair Bolsonaro, is moving to assert control of the nation's independent health regulator, and Anvisa, a move some health experts fear will politicize the agency and give the president, one of the world's most prominent coronavirus skeptics, free rein over vaccine approvals. Japan announced a fresh $708 billion economic stimulus package today to speed up the recovery from the country's deep coronavirus-driven slump, while targeting investment in new growth areas such as green and digital innovation. The new package will include about 40 trillion yen in direct fiscal spending and initiatives targeted at reducing carbon emissions and boosting adoption of digital technology. British and European Union leaders failed to narrow differences over elusive post-Brexit trade deal in last-ditch telephone diplomacy on Monday, leaving themselves just 48 hours to avoid a disorderly parting of ways at the end of this month. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson said today that Brexit talks were very tricky and that at some point London would have to decide if it was going for a no-trade deal exit. In Italy's Gubbio, one of the largest Christmas trees of the world was lit up. The tradition of lighting up the entire slope of Mount Ingano was followed connecting over 400 colored lights. The event was live streamed online to discourage people from gathering due to COVID restrictions. In Stockholm, the annual gingerbread competition was held at the Architecture and Design Museum. The competition showcases marveling culinary creations by the bakers. The winners of the various categories will be announced on Facebook on the 20th of December. In Siberia, a factory making New Year's decorations has issued a collection of hand-painted baubles donning face masks. Baubles hanging over Christmas trees as a reminder of the need to protect yourself amid coronavirus pandemic. Each of the baubles has a unique design and a way to keep a memory of 2020 as an unusual year. Locals in Argentina painted side walls of Diego Armando Maradona Stadium to pay tribute to the global soccer icon Maradona, who recently passed away. Locals started painting sidewalk the day Maradona died, when he took an unfinished portrait into the street after hearing the sad news. Britain's Prince Charles marked the 800th anniversary of Salisbury Cathedral with the unveiling of a new commemorative plaque. At their ceremony, Prince Charles praised all those who had worked on developing a vaccine, saying they were providing renewed hope for the nation. Australia defeated India by 12 runs in the third and the final 2020 match at Sydney Cricket Ground. The series ends 2-1 in favour of India. Virat Kohli attempted to anchor India's chase, scoring 85 runs from 65 balls, but didn't receive much support from the other Indian batsmen. The visitors could only muster 174 for 7 in 20 overs. Washington Sundar was the top bowler for India, grabbing 2 wickets. Meanwhile, T. Natarajan and Shardul Thakur notched a dismissal each. Matthew Wade and Glenn Maxwell helped Australia post a 187-run target for India in the ongoing third T20. New Zealand captain Kane Williamson rose to the joint second spot with Indian skipper Virat Kohli in the latest ICC Test rankings. Williamson, who jumped 2 places riding on his massive 251 against West Indies in Hamilton. Australia batsman Steve Smith continues to lead the charts ahead of the others with 911 points. The Boxing Federation of India elections, which were to be conducted at its December 18th annual general meeting, have been postponed owing to COVID-19 pandemic. Breakdancing has been added as an Olympic sport for 2024 Games being held at Paris. The decision was confirmed by the International Olympic Committee on Monday as it seeks to attract a younger audience to the historic competition. Union Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports Kiren Rijiju promised the President of the World Anti-Doping Agency that India would support all efforts to ensure that the field of sports remains clean. I-League debutants Sudeva Delhi FC and Mohammedan SC are all set to get the 2020-21 season of the I-League underway in Kolkata on January 9th, 2021. The I-League will be played at 3 venues at the season at the Vivekanand Juba Bharti Stadium, the Kalyani Municipal Stadium and the Kishore Bharti Krirangan. The English Premier League, Southampton came from behind to beat Brighton 2-1 on Monday and climbed to the 5th in the Premier League. Danny Ings returned from injury to score a controversial winner from the penalty spot. Brighton had gone ahead in the 26th minute through Pascal Gross penalty. Lionel Messi's rivalry with Cristiano Ronaldo has enthralled football for a better part of the decade, and the pair will duel again when Barcelona hold the Juventus in the Champions League tonight. Barcelona will be looking to secure first place in Group G. Both sides have already booked their spot in the last 16 stage of the competition, while Barca have a 3-point cushion over second-placed Juve. Tonight's clash will be the 13th meeting between the two sides, and Barca lead the head-to-head record 5 wins to Juve's 3, with other 3 matches being drawn. Manchester United will be looking to book their spot in the last 16 stage of the Champions League when they face RB Leipzig in Germany tonight. A tight Group H table means that the United could win the group or drop down to Europa League in the last game. Chelsea will be aiming to stretch their winning run in the Champions League to 5 matches when they welcome the Russian side FC Krasnodar and Stamford Bridge for tonight's final group stage encounter. The Blues have already confirmed their first place finish in the group, whereas Krasnodar will drop down to Europa League ahead of this dead rubber. Paris Saint-Germain will be aware that nothing less than a victory will do when they welcome Istanbul Başakşehir for their final encounter in the Champions League Group H. PSG sit on 9 points in the group alongside Manchester United and RB Leipzig, whereas Istanbul are the only team not in contention for a top 2 finish and have nothing but to play for pride. Holders France were handed an awkward draw in qualifying for the 2022 World Cup on Monday, with Ukraine and Bosnia and Herzegovina standing in their way on the road to the finals in Qatar. England will face Robert Lewandowski and Poland in the group Gareth Southgate's England. Semi-finalists in 2018 Russia will also take on Hungary and Albania, as well as 2 of the international football's minnows, Andorra and San Marino in Group 1. Veteran Bollywood actor Dharmender turned 85 today. Hema Malini took to her Twitter handle to share a few pictures of herself with Dharmender as she wished the veteran actor on his birthday today. Dharmender's son, Sunny and Bobby Deol took to their social media handles to wish their father on his special day. Bollywood veteran Sharmila Tagore celebrates her 76th birthday today. Daughter-in-law and actress Kareena Kapoor shared a stunning grayscale throwback from Sharmila Tagore's younger days in the film industry. Upcoming Bollywood movie Pathaan has now few more additions to its cast, with Shaji Chaudhary, who was recently seen playing the role of Maqbool Khan in the TV sensation Mirzapur. Gautam Rode. Pathaan will cast Shah Rukh Khan, Deepika Padukone, John Abraham and Dimple Kapadia in the lead role. Katrina Kaif is all set to star in Bollywood's first female superhero movie, directed by Ali Abbas Zafar. The film has been titled Super Soldier and will showcase Katrina in a never-seen-before avatar. Pankaj Tripathi's first look from his upcoming film Shakila is out. Richa Chadda plays the titular role in the film. The film also stars Malayalam actor Rajiv Pillai and will release on the 25th of December. Shakila is the biopic of a South Indian adult star Shakila, and Richa Chadda will be playing the lead role in the film. Sequel of 2013 Ugly will be directed by Ajay Bahal instead of director Anurag Kashyap, who otherwise will continue to serve as co-producer in the proposed franchise. Superstar Yash and Sanjay Dutt are set for huge climax shoot of KGF Chapter 2 in Hyderabad. KGF Chapter 2's release was initially set for October this year, but the film is expected to hit the screens somewhere in 2021. Rock superstar John Lennon's fans around the world will mark the 40th anniversary of Lennon's death with flowers, songs, prayers and tributes. Lennon had just emerged from a musical hiatus with the release of his double fantasy album when he was dead. Paris's Louvre is organizing an auction to sell Time Up Close with portrait of Mona Lisa and a walk along the museum's rooftop with panoramic views of Eiffel Tower. The online sale, called Bid for Louvre, will see contemporary artworks. The announcement of the death of Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman was the most shared on Twitter worldwide in 2020 and got more than 7.5 million likes, while K-pop group BTS were the #1 most tweeted about musicians in the United States for a 4th straight year. And that's it in Express News. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.